Have you ever watched a massive freight train roll by and just wondered, how on earth does something that huge actually stop? Well, it's not as simple as just hitting a brake pedal. We're about to pull back the curtain on the incredible hidden engineering that makes it all possible.
I mean, seriously, how do you do it? This isn't like braking in your car. This is a whole other level. It's a colossal physics problem. You've got 10,000 tons of steel moving at speed. You need a system that's not just incredibly powerful, but also surprisingly smart. And here it is. This is the solution. Meet the bogie-mounted brake system, or BMBS for short. This entire assembly is mounted directly onto the bogie. That's the framework holding the wheels. It's a compact and seriously powerful piece of engineering that solves our massive physics problem.
Okay, so how does this thing actually work? It all comes down to a brilliantly simple yet really effective command chain, and it's powered by something you might not expect, just plain old air. So picture this. There's a single brake pipe running the entire length of the train, and it's kept constantly pressurized. This pipe acts like the train's very own nervous system, but instead of sending an electrical signal, the driver sends a message simply by changing the air pressure in that pipe.
Now, this is where the genius of the system really shines. It's fail-safe. To brake, the driver doesn't add pressure, they reduce it. This pressure drop is detected by a valve on each and every wagon, which then triggers a local reservoir of compressed air to blast into the brake cylinder. That cylinder then applies immense mechanical force to the wheels. It means a loss of pressure, say if a pipe breaks, makes the brakes engage automatically. That is exactly what you want in an emergency.
All right, let's zoom in on the muscle of the operation, the brake cylinder. This is where that controlled blast of air is converted into the raw physical force needed to slow down thousands upon thousands of tons of steel.
And if we take a look inside, you'll see it's way more than a simple piston. You've got your springs and seals, of course, but the real star of the show here is the built-in automatic slack adjuster. It's an incredibly clever device designed to solve a constant, nagging problem, wear and tear. This cylinder is basically intelligent. It's a double-acting system, meaning it can adjust itself in both directions. It's also a rapid-action device, which means it corrects any slack after just one or two uses. So to put it simply, as the brake blocks and wheels wear down over time, this adjuster automatically closes the gap, ensuring the brakes apply the perfect amount of pressure every single time. But wait, the system's intelligence doesn't stop with just adjusting for wear. Nope, there's an even bigger challenge it has to solve, and the solution is found in a very smart valve. Think about it for a second. A wagon filled with coal weighs so much more than an empty one. So if you applied the same massive braking force to that empty one, you could lock up the wheels, causing damage and even potentially toppling the car. So how does the brake system on an individual wagon know how heavy it is? Well, meet the brain of the operation, the automatic pressure modification device. This smart valve is the key to everything. It's a load-sensing device that automatically figures out just how heavy the wagon is. The principle behind it is just beautifully simple, and it's purely mechanical. A sensing arm measures the gap between the wagon's body and its wheel frame. When the wagon is loaded with cargo, the suspension sags, and that closes the gap. The valve measures this tiny change and instantly knows whether to apply a light touch or the full braking force. And the difference this makes is significant. For an empty wagon, the valve supplies a much lower brake pressure, about 2.2 kilograms per centimeter squared. But for a fully loaded wagon, it unleashes the maximum stopping power, 3.8. This two-stage braking is absolutely the key to being both safe and efficient. Now, a system this critical needs to be incredibly reliable. And the maintenance manual gives us a really fascinating look into what it takes to keep these brakes in perfect working order. To guarantee reliability, maintenance is proactive, not reactive. During an overhaul, critical components are replaced whether they're worn out or not. The brake cylinder gets new seals, the slack adjuster gets new bearings, and on that crucial smart valve, every single rubber O-ring is swapped out. There is simply no room for error. So, let's bring it all together. What makes this bogie-mounted brake system such a massive leap forward in railway engineering? The advantages are just crystal clear. By integrating everything onto the bogie, the system is lighter and more efficient. With fewer parts, it's more reliable and easier to maintain, which saves money on wear and tear. But most importantly, it's smart. Load sensing ability prevents dangerous accidents. It's the total package of performance and safety, engineered to perfection.
All this incredible engineering is hidden away, doing its job perfectly, thousands of times a day. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other invisible marvels are quietly keeping our world running?